Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we have a surprise patch, a hotfix that went live in Hearthstone just yesterday, fixed a bunch of issues, updated Battlegrounds. We'll talk all about that. There was actually two hotfixes due to, trying to open these packs, and a certain somebody was losing their mind on Twitch, and Rard was losing his mind on YouTube. It eventually went live. We'll briefly talk about that, as well as just major issues with the arena. Titans packs have been, or Titan cards are there early, but there's a lot that are missing, and there's just a lot of weird issues that we're going to talk about. So lots to go over in this video. And of course, we have our giveaway going on for 2 rewards tracks, Tavern Passes out of my pocket. You get all that stuff that's in that picture there. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video description below. Be subscribed to the channel. I will announce that giveaway winner either next Tuesday, probably next Tuesday or Wednesday when the expansion goes live. Well, the expansion goes live on Tuesday, but you know what I mean. Anyways, we got 2 hotfixes that updated some stuff in the game, starting with patch 27. We're in the 27s now as we enter the Titans expansion era, 27.0.1. And it's a server-side hotfix, so you didn't have to download much. It was basically client-side, no major patch, unlike 27, which was a major patch. It had a bunch of Battlegrounds updates. Again, won't go super into detail about them. Just there's a lot of constant balancing they got to try and do, unlike a certain mode we're going to take a look at in the arena, which is just a mess. But I'll link these below if you want to take a look at these patch notes. And basically, yeah, general quest and quest reward updates. New quests no longer appear more frequently than normal. So I guess they were trying to highlight the new quests and all of that. And went through, updated some quests, updated some quest rewards. The following quest rewards have been made easier to complete. Armor updates is always the most exciting stuff in the world. Armor being updated. Should we add armor to heroes in Hearthstone, by the way? Like Druid sucks right now in Standard. Should they just get starting armor on their hero? Probably not. That'd probably be a terrible idea, especially whenever Warrior's bad, which is like all of last year, they'd have starting armor and be able to use like Shield Shatter and Shield Slab and all that right away. But, kind of a fun little thing to think about. But yeah, lots of Battlegrounds updates. Again, if you want to take a look at it. And then we have bug fixes for Hearthstone. Look at all the bug fixes just in this hotfix. There was a weird one in Wild where Blessing of Might, the 1-mana holy spell for Paladin, would return to its caster's hand after the minion it was on died. That was a odd little buff. It was like Libram Blessing of Might. It was just constant. They fixed the bug where the Naga links from School Teacher couldn't stick anything that went to the secret zone. So like secrets, love everlasting, or like auras from Paladin. So that has been updated. A lot of people were getting a little bit annoyed about that. There was a stealth bug that screwed up one of the puzzles. That's the main way this is figured out in Boomsday, where Moat Lurker would sometimes resummon the targeted minion on the wrong side of the board. So 6-mana 3/3 eat a minion, and it would, the minion's supposed to go back to your opponent's side, right? But it became like a pseudo mind control. You would eat the minion and it would pop up on your side. That was the bug. I try not to report these bugs, by the way. I saw like all the Blessing of Might and Moat Lurker ones, but I don't really want to highlight it because people might try and exploit it. So yeah, those have been fixed rather quickly. They fixed a bug where excess damage from always a bigger Jormungandr was not calculated properly if the minion had cleave, such as Hollow Hound. So thankfully that interaction is buffed before it comes out. I mean, it's working the way it's supposed to, but I feel like people are going to be really triggered by that. They're already triggered by Hollow Hound as it is. I love Hollow Hound, but it also is pretty absurd how much that can heal and remove. They fixed a bug where Helia was tagged as a shadow spell. The minion was a shadow spell. Interesting. Fixed a bug where Disciple of Eonar was tagged as a nature spell as well. How does that even happen? They fixed that bug where Blood Treant was discounting in Prison Horror. Reminder, due to a recent rule change, paying life does not count as taking damage. That's basically alleviating a lot of issues particular and wild, where you have like immune and effects like that let you just spam infinite cards. So that change is good, but cards like this kind of take the hit because of that. They fixed a bug where the Forest Seedling and Frost Lotus Seedlings were triggered on turn 1 if kept in the mulligan. Those cards seem awfully slow, and it felt like that was probably a good thing for them. We'll see how it pans out. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, those will work properly. Fixed, and then there's like a bunch of Battlegrounds bug fixes. So those are the major ones, and there was some pretty annoying ones, in particular the Noggling, Blessing of Might. I will note, there was people that are like, what about the tokens being summoned by Demon Hunter being invisible before the last patch? It seems like that's been fixed in the latest patch. That seems like it did get addressed. I haven't heard reports of that. So although it wasn't stated in the last patch notes, that thing seems to have been fixed. But there was also another thing that happened, which was updated to the known issues tab, which was the whole pack opening fiasco. And that's where the Fireside Gatherings players weren't able to open their pre-purchase packs early like intended. And for myself and Rar, and we were very upset about it. We planned our content around it. A lot of people probably planned some time off during the day to open their packs. You know, mistakes happen, it's excusable, but this isn't the first time this exact mistake happened. And not only did it happen again, but it also took them forever, over 5 hours, to fix it again. So it's like they learned nothing from the prior mistake. Not only did they make the same mistake again, but they didn't have any, like, you know, plans in place to correct it if it ever occurred again. So I really hope this doesn't happen again, but I was not happy about it. And normally I've been pretty good about not being, like, you know, mad or kind of toxic on Twitter about it. But this time, you know what? I'm like, they made the same pretty silly mistake that you would think, you know, you would set your timer and figure it out beforehand, test that it's going to work. They made that same mistake twice. So I felt like, you know what? They probably should take a little bit of flack from it, and they did apologize. They did get it up eventually. You can open your packs. I have my pack opening video I put out yesterday if you want to check that out. So it does work. You just have to start a Fireside Gathering, and for like the next few days you can open them up. Again, don't open standard packs or class packs. Those don't count. You'll still just get regular cards in there. Only Titans packs. You can open those on August 1st after the expansion comes out, but just want to make sure to be aware of that. But that was fixed. However, the team is aware that some cards from Titans are currently not in the arena pool, and that's where we come to the arena issues. I did tweet that out. I tweeted that out, and 2 hours later, that popped up. We'll take a look at this in a second about cards not being there, but if you take a look at the arena win rate, it is just dreadful. But it's been this way for like a long time. Don't get, like, it was like this before the Titans cards came out. It's a little bit worse now, but it's like Mage and Death Knight and everything else, including Druid, almost 20% behind the first class. Really bad. Mage just has infinite cards. They can get so many cards, it's ridiculous. But there's a ridiculous bug going on, and I just don't get how this happens. Titan cards are supposed to be available in the arena. This list here I tweeted out. This pictured list here. If you are trying to play the arena and you're like, I really want to play a certain card, and you're even re-rolling to get a certain card, you might be doing it completely in vain, because none of these cards I'm highlighting here, which includes a lot of Titans, you cannot draft. For some reason, they're ineligible. Like Nargadon, Agrimar, Sargeras, the Primus, Tyr, Hodir, those aren't Titans, but they're legendaries. You cannot draft these cards. They're just not there. And it's like they advertise Titans as playable cards in Arena. It is the only paid mode, the true paid mode in Hearthstone, where you cannot get in without either spending gold or runestones, aka money, to get in. I mean, technically gold is free, but you have to spend your time to acquire it. It's not a mode like ladder or even casual duels where you can just play it without spending any resource whatsoever. Arena is the only one, and it feels like it gets such a lack of care lately, where it's completely imbalanced. There's never hotfixes or like adjustments, micro adjustments anymore. And even when they have a cool event, which I think is really awesome, adding the Titans cards early has given people reason to play Arena. That's really cool. I tweet about it. I'm really excited about it. But when this many cards, for whatever reason, are just missing, that's pretty darn absurd, and I don't really think that's acceptable, honestly. And their resolving of this issue is just, this issue is expected to be resolved when the expansion unlocks, so it's not going to be fixed until August 1st when the expansion goes live, so that takes a lot of the hype away. And I also just feel bad for, maybe there are players that have literally re-rolled Warlock over and over just trying to get that Sargeras, wanting to play it early, have that cool moment that they've been literally throwing their gold away or resources away. They spend Brunestones or whatever trying to draft a card you can't even get, and they're not discoverable, so you can't even randomly generate it if you wanted to. So just wanted you guys to be aware of that. There is a bunch of cards here. All these ones pictured here, you cannot draft right now, and the arena itself is an unbalanced mess, which you may or may not care about. I would like it to be a little bit more even. I feel like first and last should be separated by 20%, but it is what it is. Hopefully they do some micro adjustments like they used to. We haven't seen them in ages. We'll have to wait and see. I hope they do, but overall, yeah, a lot of little updates and some weird ass bugs. And tune in tomorrow. I'm going to try and get you guys all prepared for the Titans release with a lot of tips on how to save all your stuff. And also, you're not going to want to log in for one day. We'll talk about that. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.